you feel is going to determine how profitable you can become. Emotions is quite critical. How you feel about anything will determine if you're going to be profitable with it or not. Because everything starts and ends with what is in your mind, what you've got going on internally. So if you feel depressed, anxious, tired, frustrated, if you feel like nobody likes you, if you feel like you're abandoned, you're not recognized, you're not getting the results of the work you're putting in, it's going to transpire. There's 100% going to be a situation of that affecting how you show up every single day at work, to your business, to your brand. How you feel matters. And this is not just for people who are just starting their careers or just starting their, it affects everybody. Everybody. In fact, just last week, I was still having a similar conversation with one of my stakeholders about how I personally am feeling about my career, how I feel. And I like to have that conversation around feelings and emotions because it drives everything else. If I feel like what I am doing matters, if I feel like everybody appreciates what I'm doing, if I feel like I am contributing meaningfully, if I feel like, if I feel like I'm accepted, if I feel like people want to hear me talk, then I will be at my best. So it starts from how I am feeling. And how you feel is valid. Don't let anybody tell you you're feeling this way because no, 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 no. How you're feeling is valid. The only problem is a lot of people attribute how they're feeling completely to external factors, like the way my boss spoke to me, the way my boss looked at me, the way she did this, the way he did that, and all of that, and all of that. So there is the attribution problem. I am attributing all of the causes of how I'm feeling to my bosses and to the organization and to the systems and to the structure that doesn't work. I'm attributing everything out. So then what do we do? So what then do you do? If you're attributing everything out, how do you gain control back of your career? Let's say at work you're feeling down, you're feeling frustrated, nothing is working, you're not getting your promotion, and then you attribute all of the reasons for how you're feeling out to external factors. What then do you have control over exactly? And that is the purpose of this conversation I'm having with you right now. If you attribute everything out, then you're also attributing your ability to make progress out. And if you don't have control over it, it will hardly happen for you. So, what do I want you to do? Irrespective of what the facts are, irrespective of how people have made you feel, irrespective of how it's not the ideal situation, you must find a structure that helps you show up meaningfully at work. You must still find strength that helps you be at your best. And this is quite critical because if you feel, because it's going to impact your confidence. So if you feel like your boss talked to you anyhow, and as such, you're not going to show up at your best for the rest of the week because obviously you're in your feelings. And you're right to be in your feelings. But I'm trying to help you gain the transformation you need for your career. So we are going to dial down on the feelings. We know it is there. We know it is correct. We know it is accurate. We know all of that. We know we can attribute the reasons out there, but we also know we need to grow. We also know we need to have the confidence. We also know that we need to do everything else we need to do. We also know that we need to show up at our very, very best. So, what you need to do is you need to continue to say to yourself, I feel frustrated, but that doesn't define me. I feel little energy, but that doesn't define me. I feel like nobody listens to me here, but that doesn't define me. I feel like everybody here doesn't want me here, but that doesn't define me. It feels to me like what I say does not matter, but that does not define me. And listen, this is not me saying, oh, just stay in a toxic situation. That's a different conversation. You will have the right conversations. You would apply to other jobs. You will do all of that. But now, today, that you're at work right now, what can you do to remain your best? Because let me tell you this, if you allow your feelings to ride you, to drive you, to be the determining factor, and then you blame everybody, and then you say they're the cause, it's going to impact your confidence. And even if you change your job and you go elsewhere, all of those negative emotions and the impact of all of those negative emotions, they will travel with you. So you need to learn how to live through uncertainty, non-ideal situations when you're within them, so that when you travel, everything properly bagged, you know that you're not going with those hurtful emotions because you've learned how to deal with them. To say, today, I know that it doesn't feel like people think I know what I'm doing, but I'm still going to show up like I earned my spot here. So you must get into that habit of saying those kind of words to yourself. I don't feel like 100. I don't feel like when I get into that meeting, I'll have the right words to say, but I'm going to show up anyways, and I'm going to say my piece. And it wouldn't matter whether it was the right piece or not. You need to get to that point. It's a mental thing, it's a psychological thing that you need to learn. It's going to help you. It will immediately change your mood. Immediately. You see, I know it feels like I'm not getting the promotion I need here, but I'm part of the business. That changes things, that switches it up. And you know the funny thing, once you switches it up and you still show up, like smashing things, doing things, happy, talking to people, going for that meetings, feeling as if you're the owner of the business, you're doing all of that, people begin to pay attention. And they're like, oh, she's good. Or they'll be like, oh, she's got skin in the game. Or they'll be like, our motivation is top notch. So I need you to please do me a favor and walk through this uncertainty. Instead of just attributing, oh, I'm feeling bad because it is, I refuse to feel bad because that's not me. I refuse to feel down because that's not me. I refuse to be depressed because that's not me. I refuse to be anxious because that's not me. I refuse to not speak up in this meeting because that's not me. Okay? That's my message for you. That's my message for you. I need your spirit uplifted. I need you to raise your head in the meetings this today. I need you to raise your shoulder. I need you to walk into your office floor as though God sent you there. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what the facts are. What matters is you're the child of a king and you're going to show up in your best possible form. I hope this blesses you. Enjoy.